friends, it's Carly and I'm back again with another review. So after having such a great time looking at my Spider-Man No Way Home figures and with Hasbro's announcement today of the 60th anniversary Spidey coming out, I'm still just super amped on Spidey right now and thought it would be a great time to look at some of the retro figures I've picked up and hadn't had a chance to review yet. So with that, we're going to take a look at one of my favorites. I've been so looking forward to talking about this guy. We're going to be reviewing Webman. So I know that this has come out quite a while ago, back when I was on hiatus, but this is a figure that I love the story behind, and I feel like he looked so great in the package. I just really couldn't wait to like open up the package and see what we've got going on with this guy. So for those of you who have been with me since the very beginning, one of the very first toy reviews that I ever did was of a Dr. Doom, and that is because he is one of my all-time favorite villains. That video is probably one of my favorites. It's terrible quality. It was a live stream on Facebook, and it glitches a few times, but it really tells the story about why I love Dr. Doom so much, and I highly recommend you guys check it out. I'm gonna link it right here. But Dr. Doom is one of my all-time favorite villains, and Webman is the product of some of Dr. Doom's scheming. So for those of you who are unaware of Webman, he is actually a carbon copy of Peter Parker in every single way. So Peter goes into a building and finds this mirror that he can't seem to look away from. It turns out that it's a one-way mirror that Dr. Doom has created and is looking at him through, and he uses that opportunity to take Peter's essence and put it into his twin clone machine and create Webman, who is the opposite of Peter Parker in every single way. And this is where it gets funny and what makes him such an awesome character is that because Peter is a genius, Webman is really stupid. So there are some inconsistencies, obviously, in the opposite in every single way theory. He's still a man. His costume is essentially the same. He has all the same powers and abilities for the most part, but he is an idiot, which makes it just sort of one of my favorite foibles of Dr. Doom. So Webman comes, he is sent out with the task of kidnapping Peter Parker, and he is too dumb to figure out how to do it. He comes back, and Peter is able to easily follow him back and get him arrested. Webman really only had one storyline and a handful of other appearances, but this was back in 1977. It was really just a single episode. And that is his whole entire story. So I really think that the best part about this character for me is that he was too dumb to get the job done, and then Doom was just stuck with this idiot clone that he couldn't ever really do anything else with. I think it's really funny. But the figure itself and the design of a blue on red Spider-Man I think was really like visually intriguing, and when I got this figure I was absolutely blown away by how beautiful it is. So it's really cool. It really harkens to, I mean, obviously this was 1977 when the character was introduced, so we've got, you know, sort of the original round Spidey on his costume. We do not have, I wish it would have had the web wings. I guess by 77 those were gone. I'm so excited that we're getting those on the 60th anniversary one though, but I really would have liked to have that, and I always want a web accessory. But I think that the way that this figure looks, the contrast of the black on blue and the blue over red is so striking. It's just a really good looking figure. I think that you can see the sculpt under the paintwork here really well, so he looks even more muscular, I think, than a Spider-Man figure normally does. For some reason, the paintwork and the contrast of the black over blue over red is just really striking and stunning looking. He just looks so awesome to me. Yeah, so I couldn't be happier with the way that he looks overall. I think you can kind of get a good idea from what I've shown you here. His accessories pack includes these sort of like spread out hands, the obviously web slinging hands, and a pair of fists that look absolutely gorgeous. And because it's a sort of mid-sized body Spidey, he also has the full range of articulation that we love to see, with these really flexible butterfly joints that go like all the way back. Like, that's what I like to see on my butterfly joints. I will say I've had to work with this guy a little bit to get everything to work, but after sort of softening it up, he does work beautifully. So you have the butterfly joints that work beautifully. We have the usual turning bicep that's easy and smooth, double jointed elbows like we always get, and then the hands obviously are going to be very flexible as well in the wrist. You can see how well those work. We've got the really deep ab crunch that we love to see that is really great for an acrobatic figure like Spider-Man. A nice looking waist turn and great looking thighs that you can get really great movement out of. So you can get a really good sort of split, which I think, you know, flexibility is the #1 thing that I want with Spider-Man. So being able to manipulate him into any position is really important because that's really what the character is all about. And you can absolutely do that here. And then he's got the turning thighs, great knees, and a very flexible foot that works beautifully. So the figure works exactly the way you want a Spider-Man figure to work, and the look of him is just so striking on the shelf. I feel like next to my retro Spider-Man, it's just such an awesome looking figure. I just feel like they look so great side by side. And I really like the sort of lighter blue. It's kind of difficult to read. If you look up images from the comic book that this character was featured in, it's kind of difficult to read the blue as the sort of standard bright blue that we see on a Spider-Man. It does look like it could be a combination of maybe a cobalt blue, slightly lighter than Spider-Man's. It's a little bit different, maybe not this light, but I feel like on the action figure, even though this might not read 100% the way that the book did, this look is much more attractive overall. I think it's more striking, it stands out on the shelf more, and it looks better next to our traditional Spider-Man. I don't think that having them be exactly one off would have been as good. And this look side by side is really, really nice together. So Webman is a total hit for me. I've been waiting for so long to open this figure, and there's nothing more satisfying than having something on your shelf like packaged up, not sure when you're gonna look at it, and then finally opening it and having it be exactly what you're hoping for. But this is definitely one of those occasions. And I want to do this now because I think the next figure I will actually look at will be the supervillains Doctor Doom. And then I can sort of like go over all of my thoughts about Doctor Doom again if you don't watch the previous video. But I really love him so much, and that's a figure I've been really excited to have and look over too. So today with Webman, the next video will be Doctor Doom, and then I think we'll get back into the retro figures again and just skip around. If you guys have something in particular that you'd like to see other than what I've mentioned, please mention those in the comments below. Obviously, I've ordered all of the Thor Love and Thunder figures. I cannot wait for those to come out. There's all kinds of stuff on the shelves right now still to buy, so please let me know what you guys would like to see in the comments, and I will do my best to do it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at Webman, and let me know what you think of him in the comments below. I will be back very soon with another one, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye, friends.